So thanks a lot. Thank you for the warm introduction. My name is Robert Helbig. I'm head of the AI program at DATEV, as mentioned, and my colleague from MHP, Horst-Florian Jaeck. So let's try again.
Now we need our presentation. Meanwhile, I introduce myself, Horst-Florian. Florian, I'm from MHP, and it's really great to be here because I have 3 roles at MHP. The first one, I'm responsible for the data and AI consulting area. The second one, I'm, you can see, the key accounter for our client relationship to DATEV. And the third one, I'm also responsible for our membership at Bitkom. So it's great, yes, to bring all 3 roles together in this speech and this event. Besides that, it's also great to have a short break from the Oktoberfest. I'm coming from Munich today. It's very exhaustive going every day to the Oktoberfest. Okay, now we would like to have our slides. Great.
Okay, so we did already the introduction. And our main question, our main vision when it came to AI, and especially to GenAI in the last 2 years, how can we as DATEV lead the AI advancement to revolutionize automation and engagement in the tax industry? I'm also a tax guy, I'm not an AI guy. That's why it's a very great experience and a great journey also for me, because I come from another field. So we already introduced us. And I want to introduce with a little movie our company DATEV, because when I was, I think it was the first year I was at DATEV, I was on a campground next to Berlin, and I met a guy from Australia, and he said, "Hey, where do you work?" And I said, "I work at DATEV." And he said, "Ah, the German train company." And I said, "German train company?" "Yes. At every train station I was in Germany, there was DATEV." I said, "Ah, okay. I think that's why it would be a good idea for you to show a little movie."
Who exactly is DATEV? First things first, DATEV is not normal. This company is not all about profit, maximizing returns, or shareholder value. Because DATEV is a cooperative.
What?
Not that kind of cooperative, but rather an IT cooperative.
What on earth is that?
The IT cooperative DATEV works on behalf of more than 40,000 members in tax consulting, auditing, and legal advice. We develop software and IT services for their firms, just like any other ordinary software company. Not this ordinary, more like this, or this. Unlike a regular IT developer, we create software for our members and their clients. For example, for him, her, or for them. Her, them, and for them, too. Over 2.5 million companies in Germany benefit from DATEV software in payroll and accounting because it offers possibilities that go far beyond the normal. Because DATEV software connects all the important players in the economy into one ecosystem. Tax consultants with their clients, with public authorities, institutions, and with banks. All this business data comes together here, in the DATEV cloud. And even that doesn't quite conform to the usual, because the DATEV servers are not here, here, or here, but here. Cloud computing made in Germany. Also not normal, but highly sustainable. At DATEV, advice also goes beyond the normal, because for our more than 8,500 employees, their focus is on the satisfaction of more than 40,000 members. Together, we take the pressure off companies, guarantee up-to-date information, and simplify lots of business processes. More advice, more software, more partnership. For us at DATEV, that is normal.
So a little bit train company. So that's our business field. Our members are tax advisors, and that's why we think about how can we change the tax industry, enhance the tax industry with AI. And when it comes to AI, we invented a target image where we want, in which fields we want to go with AI. Input efficiency, output intelligence, making process more automatically, doing smart analysis for our tax advisors for their companies, do a better compliance or raise the level of compliance, enhance the quality of consulting, and making knowledge more feasible for our members and also for their clients. And when it came to generative AI, but not only to generative AI, we coped about a very big problem because, and maybe you had the same problem, last year and the last 2 years, everybody thought, okay, we can solve everything with generative AI. Every problem we can solve with generative AI. And so we did some ideation workshops to find out how many ideas would come when we want to implement AI as a core component in our business. And we estimated more than 1,000 ideas, internal ideas for our own company, but also external ideas with our customers and our members. And our vision is that until 2026, we will have implemented AI as a core component of our product portfolio, enhancing profitability and maximizing internal efficiency for DATEV, for our members and our customers. And that was the point when we began to start talking, because MHP was our partner for a scalable concept to solve this problem.
Thank you, Robert. Well, we work together with DATEV since more than 10 years, and that was also a very good foundation for the collaboration in terms of AI, because we know each other very well. Together, we invented, you can say, AI use case factory, and you can see it here on the slide, the overview. The base was a framework from MHP, what we adapted to the specific needs of DATEV, and yes, evaluated and developed further together. It has 3 major phases. The first phase is identifying use cases. As Robert mentioned, the goal is in the end, or the estimation, that there will be more than 1,000 use cases around AI that helps DATEV itself and also the clients. And that means the task is, first of all, looking at real-world problems in the external markets. It means for the tax consultants and their clients, the customers of DATEV, and on the other hand, internally, what are the processes and maybe the pains of employees of DATEV in their daily work. Coming from this, we created ideas how to solve these problems and converted these ideas into real concrete AI use cases. We did this by several ideation workshops, and the next phase is then when we filled the funnel to evaluate these use cases. It means to have a good comparable base and the base for decision which one should be developed further, and in the end come to the third phase, the use case development phase, where first of all we created a proof of concepts, then we go further to MVPs, and in the end to real productive solutions. In all these phases, we derived assets that helped us to go these phases, and I will give you a short overview for the 3 phases, exemplary assets in the phases. The first one is regarding the ideation phase. There, as I mentioned, we did a lot of workshops, and our attendees of the workshops were people from the business departments of DATEV, people what are not so familiar with the details, the technical details of AI. And there it was very important to, in the end, create an understandable and common language what AI is in general possible to do, or what can AI help. And there we used these tech cards. You see some exemplary ones on the slide. That means very easy understanding, and that helps the people coming from the business to develop these ideas for AI use cases. In the end, we really have a big amount of use cases, a big treasure of use cases by this method. And then we go further to the evaluation phase, a very important phase, because this mostly is a challenge, to select the right use cases, the use cases that are really beneficial for the clients of DATEV and bring value to them and the company, and also bringing some economical advantage. Here we used, amongst others, the asset of the evaluation form, and in the end, we answered 3 questions. The first one regarding the strategy. Does a use case fit to the strategy of DATEV? The second one, the customer perspective. Is there really customer need? How relevant is this need? And how big is the target group of customers who have this need? The third one, the feasibility check, the data. Is there enough data to realize the use case? What is the quality of this data? We didn't only do this once, but iterative. That means we created a first draft of this evaluation form and then specified it further, that in the end it's good enough to really prioritize the use cases, to make them objective and decide on the right way what are the best use cases to realize first. Maybe some are not so relevant. And this was then the point where we go to this use case development phase. That means this evaluation form with all the details, in the end, a very specific version was the base for the development teams to convert this into a first solution, kind of the POC, and then, as I mentioned, go further in the end to the productive solution. Doing this, very important to have a clear plan, because it's very, complex in the end. A lot of use cases, a lot of disciplines, knowledge, skills that DATEV needs to, realize in the end the vision Robert shows us. And for this, we created a strategic roadmap. You see here the structure on the slide. It has this time aspect to 2026, where DATEV wants to realize its vision. And we in the strategic roadmap, we showed what are the steps to come there. And this was very helpful and really successful. And Robert now will show us one example that it really works.
Well, thank you, Florian. I have one example. It's we call it tax automation. To clarify a little bit, you have documents, you have invoices, you have bills, and on every of these documents there are informations who can be relevant for accounting, but which also can be relevant for taxation contexts, like income taxation and value-added taxation and such things. And we had already a rule-based set. So we did it, but we did it with rules. And this was one very cool use case where we could, which we could improve with AI. And as you see, we started the project in November in 23, and I think in 7 months or about 7 months, it went live, and we increased the detection rate since October about 57%. And this is a very good number also for us, because with this case we can do a very intelligent identification. We can we reduce the work amount from the tax consultants, and they can carry on with their core activities. And this is a very good example. We used a pre-trained bird model for this, which we fine-tuned over the journey or over the development. And compared, as I mentioned, to the manual research, we are almost 50% better in terms of accuracy. So I think it's a very good use case in 7 months. And so we come to our last slide. Goals we reached together as a team in 12 months from the expected 1,000 ideas. It aren't 1,000 ideas at the moment. We are now at, I think, quite 500, but it's a journey. We have up to now 164 use cases identified, which we can evaluate. And of these use cases, we have 9 in development and review. And as you see, we already have released AI services, the tax automation, which I mentioned, also personal benchmarking, automation services bank, and automation services invoices. It's not only generative AI, because we work on this field much longer than 1 year, but we are getting better and better. And up the end, or until the end of this year, we want to release 2 further services. One is a knowledge assistant. It's called LexInform Assistant, where you can combine tax knowledge to give answers, to give good answers for the tax advisor. And another one is a generator for tax appeals, where you can match your income, your tax income declaration, and which you get back from the administration and do a tax appeal on the fly. So I think it's a very good journey, and we hope it gets further. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free.
Thank you. I think we have some time for questions, if there are any. Otherwise, on short notice, we have a booth near the entrance of MHP. There you can get some further information about this framework we showed, and also some free white papers if you want. So you can get some further information there as well. And you can ask us now. Okay, no questions? Then thank you very much for your attention.